The new horror film, The Boogeyman, asks the age-old question that has haunted children in their bedrooms since the dawn of bedrooms. What is lurking in the closet? And whilst I expected to find creeping in the closet a generic, bland, PG, bloodless horror film I've seen a million times that I will forget immediately, I found something much, much scarier. A good film? The lighting in this film is exceptional. It is such a moody, atmospheric film, and it's all done via the use of darkness and shadows, and it is just so utterly captivating, and it feels like the director is just having so much fun just making the film as dark as possible. And yet every time he uses light in so many different fun and unique ways, it is so exciting, it's so interesting, and most importantly, it is absolutely terrifying. Watching this in a cinema where all the lights are off and like the score and the music, but the darkness. This is a film you do not want to watch at home, sitting on your couch. Even if it's at nighttime, there's a kitchen light on in the background, or you got your phone lights beeping up when you get a text message. Like, you want to be sitting in a cinema, enveloped in the darkness, because this film is like 80% just like pure darkness. And the way the light kind of flickers on and off through so much of the film, it was so shockingly powerful at times. I was just like, I don't know, I think I was expecting to go in to see a schlocky, dumb movie. Boogeyman's in the closet, he's under your bed, he's gonna come get ya, and there's gonna be kills and gore and silly just nonsense, but it was all gonna be PG and bloodless, because I'd heard it wasn't very bloody. And so to find out that instead of all this schlocky, dumb fun, which if you're going for that, if you're looking for kills and gore and blood, you will be disappointed if that's what you're looking for. But what you're going to find in this film is just like this beautifully atmospheric, moody, just cinema experience. Like, it's such a go see it in the movie type of film. I don't think this is going to have the same effect at home, even if you turn all the lights off. Like, it's just one of those perfectly crafted films that works so well in the cinema. The story itself is not going to blow anyone away. It's a classic things creeping in your closet type of movie. But the way this film tells that story that we've all seen a million times, where there's a little girl in bed and she's like, "Dad, check in the closet." He checks in the closet. There's nothing in the closet. And then when he leaves the room, oh my God, twist! There's a creepy monster in the closet! But the way this film does things that I feel like I've seen literally 100 times was so exceptional. He just elevated everything. Like, as soon as the movie ended, it was like, directed by Rob Savage. I was like, who is this god of darkness? This man who is obsessed with just incredible lighting. What has he done? I must have seen something he's done. This can't be his first film. It's not. Apparently he's made a film called Host. I immediately was like, how haven't I heard about this film? From what I can gather, while trying not to get spoilery and like figure out too much about the movie, because I will see it, apparently his other film he made is a Zoom call horror film, which sounds like the worst thing ever, but the Rotten Tomatoes was at like 99 or 97, so apparently the best thing ever? I don't know, I can see why I definitely probably heard about it and went, nah, that sounds unwatchable. But now, having seen how he directs and how he moves the camera and how he lights scenes, I'm super excited to see it. Like, this guy, like, kind of gets off on kind of keeping you in the darkness and just, I don't know, he's a really exciting director. Like, I feel like the film, it's made like good by the direction. Like, the acting's great, all the characters are really good, the script, like, it's not bad, there's some surprisingly emotional moments. The film kind of follows a family grieving the loss of the mum in the family, and there's some really heartbreaking moments. There's a good kind of arc for the dad and the main older sister, and all that stuff's like surprisingly good for a movie about a boogeyman in the closet, which doesn't really need to do anything. It doesn't need to give these characters arcs outside of being scared in darkness and lights flickering here and there. So it all does lots of good stuff, but the direction is where this film kind of it excels. The cast in this film are fantastic. Our two leads are, one is the teenage girl in the film, and she's one of the main characters from Yellow Jackets, and she excels in this movie. Really, really great. And then the other standout is 6 to 10-year-old little child girl. Actor's name, I don't know, but I'll never know her name because she played Princess Leia in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And I think, like, as I was watching that show, I'm like, I think she's a good actress. Like, for someone so small, I think she's exceptional. But you kind of can't tell because that show is just like hot garbage. It's just so bad and the writing's so bad. So I can't tell if she is or isn't. Like, I think she is, but the character and everything around her is so bad. So to see her in this film where everything around her is really, really good was a great kind of test to be like, is she good? Is she? She is. She's exceptional. The fear they get out of this tiny little 6-year-old to 10-year-old girl is amazing. The monster design in this film is spectacular. It is so weird and upsetting. It's like kind of simple, but in an elegantly disgusting way. The way the creature kind of acts and treats people and the mythology behind it is really interesting, if a little bit bare on the mythology side of finding out what the creature is and what it does. But what we do get and what it kind of hints at is really interesting and just upsetting as hell. It's totally got some of those kind of classic jump scares, but I kind of feel like if you're going to do jump scares, if you build up and you create the tension and you do a jump scare well, they can be so effective and they don't feel cheap the way that jump scares can often feel cheap with a movie that's just relying on that and it doesn't have any atmosphere or actual tension and it's not actually creating dread and it's just giving you the and like the thing jumping out at you and a kind of a fake jump scare. Whereas this feels like real, authentic, good jump scares. I feel like the last time I felt like this was when I watched the movie Smile, which really, really upset me. And it had that same kind of atmospheric dread and foreboding, and it would build slowly and then release with huge, big jump scares. And this film does the same, except this film, its lighting, I cannot get over how good this film was. Like, it was so dark. Like, horror films, they're dark. That's like their bread and butter. They're always really dark. I don't think I've ever seen a film like this where I'm like, it's like 80% dark. It's wonderful. I had a lot of fun. Bloody go check it out. Go see it in the cinema and go check out what's creeping in the closet. Spoilers, it's the Boogeyman.